This is how I clean my bait casting reels. I do this once a year. I do a superficial clean, meaning that I don't take off the handle, the drag, and this side plate and clean all the gears inside here. You can, and it certainly won't hurt. I just haven't found a need to do that. I just clean sort of a superficial clean. I'll show you what I do. So the first thing I do, actually let me show you what I need. Screwdriver, reel oil, bearing lube, a Q-tip, a little bowl, a little bit of rubbing alcohol in the bowl, and that's all I need. The first thing we're going to do is take off the reel tension cap. And next we're going to take off the side plate here. On this reel, the way to remove the side plate, this is a Daiwa Tatula. You just take the screw out here. It's on a spring. It can't come out. It's spring loaded. You push down on the side plate like this, and you pull it out. So side plate comes out, spool comes out, and this is as far as we go for this particular method, as far as we go in terms of taking the reel apart. Just a little side note, every reel is a little different. So this is a loose reel. On this one, to remove the side plate, you would take the screw out here and this pin slides out. This pushes down the same way it did on the Tatula and pops out. On this old Quantum, this is an old reel I've had for many years, there's a button that pops out the side plate. So it's a button down here, releases it, and then it's the same way, it comes off sideways. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is clean the reel. I use a bit of rubbing alcohol with a Q-tip, and then I just get it in everywhere, especially where the line comes into the reel is where you'll see there's a lot of algae and pollen and muck build up here that you want to get rid of. So I'll fast forward this part, and I'll come back to you when I'm ready to start lubricating. Alright, so once you're done cleaning, that's actually the part that takes the longest. The rest is pretty simple. That's just lubrication at this point. There's a few bearings. There's one here, there's one there, and there's one here. I have in this kit bearing lube and regular oil. I mean, I don't really think it matters that much, but it's called bearing lube, so I put bearing lube on the bearings. So there's a bearing there. Put one drop there. There's a bearing here. So I think it's a bearing. There's one here, which is the same one as this one, but the opposite side. While we're here, we'll put the cap back on here. Make sure this goes on straight, because if not, your spool won't sit properly. You'll have a hard time putting on your side cap back on. Alright, so we're done with the bearing lube. Oil, I put some a little bit down the middle where the swindle will sit. I put a little bit. Actually, I forget if I don't think I lubed this bearing. Sorry about that, I forgot that one. So one drop there, a little bit of oil in the hole. At this point, we're going to oil the swindle on the spool on each side, the end of it just a little bit. We can put our spool back in. We can put our side cap back on. Slide that back on, screw this in. And then last but not least, your worm gear. It's called this part right here. So it's the gears that when you turn the handle, move your guide back and forth. It spools a line on your spool. I used to grease this, and you can, and a lot of people do, but I don't like greasing it anymore because I think grease attracts dirt. This is an open area of the reel. Line comes in there. Everything that falls off your line goes right in there. I just noticed that ever since I started oiling it only, I've had a lot less dirt in there at the end of the season. So we're just going to oil it. I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way to do it. It's just about personal preference. I oiled that side a little bit. I'm going to put a bit more oil in here. Work that in. And we're just about done. And you can see how well the reel, I mean, it's night and day compared to before. How well it turns. It turns like the day it came out of the box. And then you can put a little oil if you want on your release, on your thumb release, on each side. Work that in a couple times. And then I like to put a little oil where on each handle like this here, just a little bit, and work that in as well. And there you have it. Yeah, for the 3 minutes it takes to do this, it's absolutely really well worth it. Minimum once a year. Protect your investment. You know, make the best out of your time on the water, and make sure your gear's in as good condition as it can be. Thanks for watching.